Hello once again YouTube, this is Meme Skull and I'm back with yet another Gem Blenders deck profile. This is the updated version of my Toxic Ram deck. As you can see, as I mentioned in the previous video, Tremor Bounder is no longer here and has been replaced with Torrent Crasher. Her colors synergize much better with Signal Corruptor, Data Cipher, Void Charmer, and Toxic Ram. So she's very useful with getting rid of like problematic blends on our opponent's side, and Data Cipher just helps us cycle through her ability. That way we are able to use it multiple times and get rid of multiple problematic blends that are in our way. So let's go through the deck. Pretty much for the starting heroes, nothing changed. So we still have Beatrice, obviously. We have Carter for the extra draw. We have Fiona Isabel. Usually you're gonna want to use her ability first, so you could grab those two identical blends, and then use Carter's draw ability to hopefully draw something, and then you got Tao for the extra burn damage at the very beginning. So that just means he's the one that you want to swap out first. Usually we're gonna swap that into one of the newer additions to the force of the four side heroes. So yeah, but we're gonna start off with the main deck. So we're playing two Torrent Crashers that just the focus. Wow. Okay, we're running two Focus Crashers. She requires an Aqua, Terra, Electro, Nocturna, and Caprogem. She is a 4/2, and her ability is Control Alt Delete. Once during our turn, we may discard any number of blends from our field. Discard a blend from an opponent's field that is a level less than the combined level total of the discarded blends. That's really good. We get rid of any problematic blends that our opponent might have that are giving us an issue, and thanks to the next card, we're able to cycle back those blends if need be. So let's say, for example, if we had two of them on board, Data Cipher comes in handy. So usually, let's say this was on top of a Beatrice, you're going to want to discard the one that's not on top of the Beatrice so you don't keep getting burned. But yeah, like you just cycle these two. Yeah. So Data Cipher is a 2/2. Has infinite loop. Once during your turn, you may inflict 2 damage to your HP, so that synergizes well with Toxic Ram. Then return one blend from your discard that is identical to one blend on your field to your hand. So let's say you do get that optimal board of two of these guys and one of her. You just discard this, get rid of anything that might be an issue, pay 2, add it back to your hand, and if you want, you can blend it again or save it for later. Most likely save it for later. That way you have a definite threat in your hand. Next, we're running two Void Charmers. It's a 2/3. This inflicts 4 damage to your HP to allow you to forcefully switch the position of a hero on your opponent's field, which combos well with Anchor, and that gives you an additional 3 damage if Anchor is on board. Then 3 Toxic Ram. This is the bread and butter of the deck, allowing the damage that we deal to ourselves to be dealt to our opponent. Then we're playing 2 copies of Signal Corruptors, the 1/2. He has Frequency Bomb. Once during our turn, we may inflict 4 damage to our HP, then discard a level 2 or 3 blend from an opponent's field. So kind of similar to Torrent Crasher, just we don't have to discard anything from our field. We just pay life and get rid of something that's problematic. And oftentimes it is the level 2s and 3s that are an issue. So yeah, that's really good. And next up we have Virus, just to slow down the game a bit on our opponent's end. It's a 1-0, so we're still able to attack for damage. It's really good if you have like a full board of these in the front line. But unfortunately there are ways to go against this. So yeah. So while he's in the front line, every time an opponent's opposite position hero is equipped with a gem, inflict 4 damage to your opponent's HP. So again, it's more free damage, burn damage. Next we have 3 copies of Usher. Before I was playing 2, now playing 3, because we're able to loot this. Because say we have this blended, right? We deblend, play an additional gem, and then let's say we had another in our hand from adding it, right? Blend that one, use our Data Cipher's effect to pay 2, add this back to our hand. So we can essentially play as many gems as we want if we have some way of getting multiple gems in our hands. So that's just like consistency right there, a little bit of it, but yeah. Then we're playing 2 anchors, not 3, because if we get to a state where we have Void Charmer up here and then we could just put the 2 anchors here, we could just forcefully switch the 2 left and right positions, and that's an automatic 6 damage right there, totaling out to 10 if we had Toxic Ram in the back, right? But that'll be 6 damage. It honestly depends on our board setup, because would be possible to do that, but yeah. It all depends on the game. Now, so that rounds up all the blends. So now moving on to the actions. Playing the 1 Amplify like usual. You gotta play it in this deck. 2 super cancels, because you gotta stop your opponent with doing their shenanigans. We got our 3 gem searches for consistency. We want to get whatever gems we may need at any time. 1 blend, 2 cancels. Wait, that was 1 blend search. I just said 1 blend. My bad. 2 draws, just for consistency, and then 1 collect. And for the gems, we are playing 4 copies of Aquagem. 3 of those are foil, mind you. 4 Terragems, 3 Electrogems, because only our 5, 3, and 4 are require Electrogems, so there's not really any need to put it in the back. Yeah, there's no need for that, so that's why I opt to play 3, because you're always going to want to put it in either one of these positions. 4 Nocturnagems, and then lastly 4 Caprogems to round things off. And that's the whole deck. Yeah, it's the whole main deck. And lastly, for the side heroes, we're playing 1 Gloria, which is really good. Even though she's a level 1, she does get us our gems. So once during our turn, we may discard a level 2 or 3 blend from our hand, then search our deck for 1 basic gem used by that blend. So it's good for consistency. She discards. So let's say we had Data Cipher on the board, right? And we had a copy of that blend, which we would have searched off of the twins. we would have had that in our hand, blend, discard the blend, and then since we hopefully have a copy of the blend in on our field, just pay 2, grab the blend right back to our hand. It's really good, and it's really good for consistency because that's a once during our turn, and we keep getting whatever gems we want. So it's amazing. That synergizes really well the deck, and usually you're gonna want to swap out into this after round 1 because Tau would no longer serve a purpose. Next, we have Quinn. He's a level 4 with 1 defense, with a gem required to gain that 1 defense. And his ability is Blend Game. Once during your turn, you may place 1 blend from your hand face down, and an opponent must guess if its a level is odd, even or odd. So there's a 50-50 chance of them getting it right. Reveal the blend. If they are correct, discard the blend. Otherwise, return the blend to your hand and search your deck for 1 blend. So that it's pretty good. So it allows us to search if we get the coin toss right, or we discard it. But that's not an issue because we could get that right back with the Data Cipher. So this seems pretty good. Then we got Hickory. He's level 2, 0/0. Once during our turn, we may search our deck for a level 2 blend that uses any combinations of 2 gems found on this hero, and then play it directly on this hero. So that's decent. It could easily get out our Anchor, our Virus, our Usher. Yeah, our Usher. So it's really good. And lastly, I got Kathy. She's in a level 5, 0/0. She has Redecorate. Once during our turn, when we equip a hero on our field with a gem from our hand, we may return another gem from that hero to our hand. So this just allows us to like cycle our gems, and let's say we have a gem on one hero that's not correct, right? We can just bring that right back to our hand and then put it on someone else later. It's all good. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile, this updated deck profile. I am looking forward to testing out this deck, seeing how it runs. In theory, it should work good. It should be fine. And I was able to narrow it down to just the 5 colors of like our big boss monster, or our big boss blend of the deck. So yeah, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. If you did, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If you're a fan of Gem Blenders, I recommend you check out their channel as well. And yeah, I will leave a link to their channel down below. Leave a link to my gaming channel down below as well if you want to check that out. And yeah, if you're again, like, comment what your favorite blend or hero is from Gem Blenders if you do play the game, or if you are interested in playing the game, which hero, or I mean, my bad, which blend intrigues your interest and you might want to build a deck around. Like, honestly, for me, Toxic Ram is my favorite. Ever since the moment I read his effect, I loved his effect, and I've been sticking by him, and he's been sticking by my side since day one. Still haven't won a tournament yet, but we will achieve that goal one day.